Welcome back to Old School Sports and our playthrough of Tennis Manager 2021. We are in the off-season at the end of the 2023 season. We'll be getting ready for the 2024 season. Stefan Kozlov will be back with us. We have made great progress with him over the last couple of seasons. He's currently ranked 65th in the world as we are at the end of the 2023 season. His main goal for next year is to get into the top 50 of the world, so that will be our big focus with Stefan in 2024. Also wants to win a couple matches in a Grand Slam event, reach the round of 16 at a Masters 1000 level event, get to the quarterfinals of a 500 or 250 level event, and also get into the top 10 in the United States. So we'll be working hard with Stefan to achieve those goals. And then we're also going to focus on recruiting another player. Maxine Cressey, who has been with us through the first 3 seasons of the Old School Sports Tennis Academy, has moved on. We did not quite get to 35th in the world last year. He's currently ranked 42nd, so he was unhappy with our collaboration and moved on. So in addition to preparing Stefan for the upcoming season, we are going to focus on recruiting another player to join him at the Old School Sports Tennis Academy. And then we are also going to be recruiting a staff member. Our scout retired recently, so we're going to recruit a scout, and then hopefully he or she will help us pick out a great young player to join us here at the Old School Sports Tennis Academy for the 2024 season. So we've made a contract offer to the Belgian Yannick Magrabian. He's a 6 out of 9, so a very established scout. Would be great to have the 42-year-old join our team for the upcoming season. We've got an agreement with principal in him. Hopefully we'll be hearing back from him shortly about potentially joining us. Sounds like he'll give us his final answer within the week. And Magrabian has joined us, so that's good news. We'll sign the contract to officially bring him on board. And now that Yannick has joined us, hopefully he can help us pick out a great young player to join the academy for the upcoming season. Well, right now we're looking for young American men to join our academy. Some of the players that our previous scout had evaluated are listed here. Sebastian Korda and Brandon Nakashima are kind of the most highly regarded with the most potential. We reached out to both of them, and neither was willing to join our academy, given that we are still in the early stages of our development. So looking at the prospects here that we have talked to in the past, I think Zachary Svajda is an interesting candidate for us to think about. Only 21 years old, 2-star potential now, or 2 stars now, but potential to get up to 3 to 4 stars. He is currently ranked 417th in the world, so with some hopefully coaching from us can move up significantly in the coming years. Pretty solid physically for the 21-year-old. Needs to work on his speed a little bit, but otherwise he's kind of average or above in all of the kind of physical categories. And he's pretty strong mentally also. Kind of similar to Stefan Kozlov. His serve, and the power of that serve, is going to be the main thing that we would focus on working on with him. But we are going to propose a contract to Zachary and see if we can get the 21-year-old to join our academy. His goal is to get into the top 400 in the world. I think that is certainly achievable with him. We would sign him as a promising player for 4 seasons. And you can see he's looking for a pretty big signing bonus, and he's willing to share about half of his revenue with us. We will try to bump that up a bit to 55% and also cut his signing bonus down to just under $30,000. He's probably not going to be thrilled with that offer, but it's a negotiation. He's willing to go up to 50%. Let's bump that up a little to 52 and see if we can sign him for a signing bonus of just under $33,000. He's amenable to that, so we may have our next player. We'll see whether Zachary will ultimately agree to join the Old School Sports Tennis Academy. If he does, I think given that Stefan is now in the top 70 in the world and his goal is to get into the top 50, I will probably take over coaching Stefan Kozlov and let our other coach focus on Zachary. The board has injected $420,000 into the academy, so that is positive. You can see our balance is now $561,000, so that's moving in a good direction. Goal is to keep our current players, have a balance over zero, recruit only players with a different status than secondary player. Zachary is a promising player, so we've stayed with that, and to reach level 2 of the medical center. So good to know what our goals are for the upcoming season, and I think that now that we know what they are, we'll take a look at our academy infrastructure. And I think I've mentioned in the past I would really like to upgrade the business center again, but that's going to be expensive for us. We know that upgrading the medical center to level 2 is what the board wants us to do. It's also our only level 1 facility right now, so it's the cheapest potential upgrade we have in front of us. If we do that, the injury duration will be cut from a 1% reduction to a 2% reduction in injuries of players on our team when they get hurt. So we are going to get that upgrade in motion. And as I mentioned, based on the level of players we have to recruit, I am going to take over as coaching for Stefan Kozlov. We'll open up Michael Every to coach somebody else. Otherwise, we're keeping our staff the same. We won't be able to add any more staff until we upgrade the sports center at our academy. Will unlock more staff spots for us and also allow us to increase the team size. Something to think about right now. Would cost us $270,000, so it would only leave us with a balance of $140,000 as we're heading into the season. And unfortunately, our bigger earner was Maxime. Hopefully, Stefan can earn a similar amount this season to what Maxime used to be earning. But I think that taking on a second project right now may be a little ambitious. I think at this point our hope would be that hopefully Stefan has some good results in Grand Slam and or Masters 1000 level events next year where he can earn a good chunk of money for himself in the academy. And if that happens, then maybe we can bring on an additional construction project in addition to the upgrade of the medical center that we just started. And we're now into December. Stefan is back at the academy after a little bit of a break. We are going to get training for the upcoming season. You can see mentally very strong. Also physically, he's pretty solid. And over these last few years, we built his serve power up significantly. You can see some of the kind of special moves, the volley, drop shot, lob, smash, and hot shots. He's not as strong at, but those are not as big a part of his game, but certainly would love to get to level 10 or above in the rest of the technical attributes. But we are going to spend this first week or two of the off season just trying to get Stefan into some better physical shape. Not that he's in bad shape right now, but I want to hit him with a pretty heavy workload these next couple weeks. So physically, we are going to do some sprinting, doing an endurance test, and you can see we've already pushed his load up to super heavy. And I'd say with the addition of sprints and the endurance test, pushing the workload up to super heavy, that is probably a good level to keep Stefan at this week. Really just focus on making sure he's in real good shape as we prepare for the 2024 season. And Stefan now has a new teammate. As Zachary did agree to sign our contract offer, we are going to sign the contract, bring Zachary on board with us, and get him training also. He's joined us for 4 seasons, promising young player. As I mentioned, he's 417th in the world right now. His goal for the upcoming season is just to get into the top 400. So clearly he's going to be playing in different level tournaments than Stefan is at this point, given that Stefan is currently ranked 65th in the world. But will be good to have a young player under contract that hopefully we can mentor and guide up through the rankings in the coming years. And while Zachary's in pretty good shape, now that he is on board here at the Academy, we're going to do a similar end of this first week to what we're doing with Stefan, and really just push hard with sprints and an endurance test, push the workload up to super heavy to hopefully get Zachary working hard with us also. I don't want to do any interviews right now. Sorry, Ricky. And I just realized that although we welcomed Zachary on board and started training him, we had not actually assigned coaches to him. So Stefan's former coach, Every, is going to join Zachary as his coach and also work on his training game plan. Maxine's former physio, Javisto, is going to take care of Zachary physically. Technical training still going to be Cheryl Pitt. Physical training still Visaya, and our best at tactical and mental training is Klizan. So similar coaches on technical, physical, and tactical for both. Obviously, I am the head coach for Stefan Kozlov, and Michael John is the head coach for Zachary. So we are going to continue on with some training the next couple of weeks. Actually, before we do that, we need to figure out the tournament plans for both of them. Zachary, 417th in the world, just trying to get into the top 400. Definitely going to be focused on ATP 10 and 20 type events. Hopefully, over time, he'll be able to qualify for some 80 level events. Stefan, it's going to be a very different type of schedule for him. Trying to get into the top 50 in the world, and his goal is to do more damage in 250, 500, Masters 100, Masters 1000 level tournaments. So hopefully a mix between 80 and 90 and 100 level events, where hopefully Stefan is pretty consistently making it into the semifinals and winning those kind of tournaments occasionally, and then some higher level tournaments to hopefully help propel his ranking even higher, and also earn a little more money for him in the academy. Getting ready for the second week of training in the preseason for both Stefan and Zachary. Going to still kind of focus on just physical strength. Going to spend some time on upper body strengthening as well as lower body strengthening for Stefan in terms of a super heavy workload once again for him. Zachary, going to be a similar thing. We're going to keep working on the physical traits for this first week of training, upper body, and then a lower body workout. Push his workout to a super heavy level also for this second week of training with us here at the Old School Sports Tennis Academy. All right, we focused hard on getting Stefan into even better shape. Now we're going to, I don't know if taper is the right word, but still stay. You can see he's scheduled for a heavy intensity, but we're going to do more of a mix of both physical and then also some technical training for him over the course of this coming week. So going to continue to focus on, let's do some stop and, no, he's already doing stop and go training earlier that morning. Work on some lateral repositioning, which will help him with his footwork balance and positioning. And then on Saturday, we're going to do a little work on improving his serve. Zachary going to have a similar program also. Definitely want to continue working on physically. We'll do some lateral repositioning with him there also. And then improving the power of Zachary's serve is going to be a big goal of ours in the coming weeks and months and probably years. So going to start focusing on that as we kind of mix from pure physical training in this third week of training camp to more of a mix of physical and technical for both of our players. And we can see that Stefan progressed very well this past week due to his super heavy workload. He now has 1 week left in 2023, and then he's going to also be at the academy training the first week in 2024 before he goes to Australia to play a tune-up event before the Australian Open. Zachary didn't progress as much this week, unfortunately. But we still have several weeks left at the academy with him, so we're going to continue to kind of probably hammer Zachary a little harder than Stefan in the next couple of weeks, because Zachary is not going to be playing in a tournament for a few more weeks. We are just going to spend a little extra time with our new player at the academy. So going to hopefully just keep the workload for Stefan heavy this week rather than super heavy. And although continuing to work on that powerful serve is something that we'll be doing throughout the season, I want to do more general playing this week, some running ground strokes, which will improve both his forehand and backhand accuracy, and then also hopefully his balance in return. Thinking about Zachary, his serve, is definitely an area of weakness. So we're going to focus on a couple additional sessions this week, working on his powerful serve and pushing his workload up to super heavy, because we don't really mind if we wipe him out a little bit, because it's going to be, still about a month before he's playing in his first tournament of the 2024 season. And the calendar has turned to January and the start of the 2024 season. As I mentioned, both Stefan and Zachary are still going to be at the academy training this week. Stefan is going to be, as I mentioned earlier, at the Canberra Open next week, and then hopefully we'll do some damage in the Aussie Open, and then a third tournament in Australia, the Launceston Open, before he takes a week off back at the academy before some tournaments in the United States. Looking at the schedule for Zachary, we've still got a few more weeks of training ahead of us. He's not going to be playing until week 4 and week 5, when he's going to be playing in a 20-level event in Germany, and then a 10-level event in Italy before coming back to the academy. So probably going to give one last very heavy workload week to Zachary this week, but Stefan is going to have a little easier workload because he is going to be playing in a tournament just next week. So we will get training scheduled for both of them. Zachary going to continue focusing on improving his serve, but also want to work on other things. He can get better in a lot of different areas, so do some half volley work, which will help him with the volley, the drop shots, the hot shots, and the agility, and then also taking the ball out of the comfort zone, which should help him with his forehand and backhand accuracy, agility, and positioning. So, and actually, we've got a few weeks. We're gonna also we're gonna do a very super heavy workload with him this week, and also give him some time working on an overhead smash. Stefan, on the other hand, looking at him, he's in pretty good shape, getting ready for the season, 100% physical condition. He's strong mentally. We're going to continue doing a little work on his return actually this week. That's one of the strengths of his game, and while it's important, we think, to work on some of the weaknesses in his game, we also want to really accentuate his strengths. So we are going to spend some time this week working on a winning return with him, and then also a little bit of time on his return positioning. So really a big focus on return. Heavy workload for him. Might be a little aggressive ahead of the tournament, but it's early in the season, and we want to kind of build up his technical, physical, and tactical skills as best we can as we get ready to start playing. Hopefully he'll get a little good tournament action next week before the Australian Open. So we are ready to begin the 2024 season. Hope you enjoyed this report on how the off-season went. Going to call this an episode at this point. Thank you so much for watching. If you're enjoying the show, would appreciate it if you like our videos and subscribe to the channel, and we'll keep you posted with everything that's coming in the future from Old School Sports. Thank you so much for watching.